final, which is where Weibo sit. Does mean, of course, regardless, they are off to the major Weibo security. I'm going to be honest as well, guys. For Orchid, Soul's Heart, and Daystar, actually a head attack and defense win rate over Soul's Heart. So it's big pinch actually over towards Stock. Well, there goes the Cav. That was pretty easily dealt with. Direct here, but they've got double shield. They've got time as well to still deal with this utility that does remain from Soul's Heart. And yeah, DCH is getting completely overwhelmed over towards blue stairs, and it seems like it's going to be almost flawless. It's Mark. Can he at least find a kill? He will not. Flawless from Daystar. The sting of the round was probably complete.
Used just yet by the attack, and that's likely because they want to leverage the glass. This is aggressive from I9. I don't think he's been droned either. No,
yeah, definitely hasn't. I like this position though as well. Yeah, I mean, Zuki's never going to be aware of that, and then Bin started to push out.
Okay,
and that's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
Pika needs to win this battle, and he does against Mr. Punch down the hallway. It's back to a 3v3, lying to position a Seal, maybe having expected for Scatman to swing out Janitor to go for the trade onto Pika. He had it covered. And then in the end, Pika just opted to swing himself. Fortunately, Seal was there for the trade, but he gets caught as well on the push up towards Square from Mark. Souffle by himself, still outside of the building. As Soul's Heart have locked in the second round. Smoke out, repel in, pre-fire spray, unsuccessful from DCH, but he recovers, and Soul's Heart do confirm the round. Suki with the kill on to DCH as well, and so far it's Daystar that have started better here in this third round.
Yeah, very much now theirs to lose. Has been a pretty comprehensive clear from them. Mr. Punch main stairs, elsewhere Mark targeted by the Deimos. So tricky to envision these two being able to clutch up the round. Mark did find one, but in the meantime, Mr. Punch fell. So it leaves it in a 1v4. Lots of time now remaining for Daystar. It should be as simple, really, as getting Pika in a position to scout on the Blackbeard. And then the rest of the team to react off that info.
Let's get the down to Souffle and the kill onto Pika. It's a 1v2, 2 minutes, so with a minute to go, and becomes winnable now for Mark. Left behind above, so they need to go for the kills. Had a chance there, Mark. Grenade further pushed back. Can he create the 1v1s? Gets tagged up, and no, as soon as he pushed out, Seal was ready and waiting. Daystar do not let that opportunity. It's the clash in the Blackbeard. A big nuisance for the Monty, as Pika did step on one of the goo mines. It's DCH top square. This is the same position that I got an earlier kill on, and it will work against the Zuki. Clearly, Daystar are aware of the way that Soul's Heart are playing this, but you can be aware. It doesn't mean you know exactly what positions they're holding. But that's twice now in that position. Daystar have lost a player or defender. From here on out, the remainder of this half, you've got to be very cautious of that square. Doesn't matter, they've still got the 4v3 advantage, and 9-9 now slips in towards Archives to try and catch Bin, and will do so. Bin a little bit careless as well.
Yeah. The blinders seem to be on for both teams at the moment.
They've surely trapped in I9. Oh my, whoa, God, only I9 can do that in this series. Oh, that is absolutely next level. And may just haunt Daystar after what he did to them. It seems like it'll be hatch drop with the ROV. The good thing with the hatch drop is if a gas map is thrown out, there's a bit more space. Oh, the ADSs have just completely ruined his plan here. And a drop down as Mr. Punch gets the free kill. That is I9's round. Swapping mags. I mean, they're probably poor. Oh, off the rappel goes Pika. Big kill from Mr. Punch towards front desk. And that's a big play now for Soul's Heart with I9 still sitting towards Tellers. They need to clear him. But there's only a minute left, and there goes the glasses. Mr. Punch has gotten another one. Pushing out from front desk, playing the hallway position. He's just moving around just enough to offset the attack of Daystar, and hits the headshot onto Souffle. Mr. Punch, 3 big kills in this round, and essentially gives this one over, you would imagine, to Soul's Heart and allows the space for I9 to push ATMs. Doesn't see too much outside. I mean, Seal is out on the rappel, now in towards top square. So he'll make his way back in to fortify towards the site and needs to do so now in a hurry because they've been able to find 2 quick kills back, have Daystar. Seal not quite sure where he's getting shot from. A little panic. Mark will shut down Azuki. And Seal's got 20 seconds and no, 0 seconds as Mark gets the final 2 kills. A well-deserved round win for Soul's Heart off the back of Mr. Punch.
Oh, yeah, there's some sharp shots.
And also 5 straight opening kill conversions from both teams. As we get underway in this final round, and there's another opening kill for Soul's Heart. They'll make it 3 in a row, 2 to DCH in the half. Shuts down Bin. But Souffle and Seal able to find 2 quick picks. Something we haven't probably seen a lot of from Daystar at around this portion of the round.
In a good position at the moment. Yellow ping. Mark is surely dead in the corner.
Yep, good call. Seal able to catch him coming out of archives. And Daystar might just be able to open areas of open area. In fact, Pika just going really deep to get as much info as possible, and Souffle finally gets the angle that he was searching for through the hatch and leaves Scatman by himself in towers. And 3-3 is going to be locked in. You know, maybe the one difference being that Cav play in the first round, and that's those 2 bans will be Habana and Tachenko. A chance for Azuki, just had a little timing where Mr. Punch turned around. You can see immediately turns his attention towards that vault drop. But it's Bin that falls early to Scatman. And that's down main stairs. He can now offer a bit of help with Mr. Punch. Good clear though from Azuki to go past the Monty. That's Mark falling inside an elevator. Souffle gets rid of I9. He can't help out. Right now, Mr. Punch has drawn the attention of Azuki and has kept him at bay, but eventually overwhelms him. Azuki does a great job. And he's got this vault area now locked down. The push coming in from main stairs and loading. 3 in the round for Azuki.
Will now go over towards square. In the meantime, Scatman below 4 death marks available, trying to contest this mirror window. And it's absolutely spot on. Bin gets caught flat-footed, and Soul's Heart with the advantage.
Yeah, not a good start for Bin right now. I mean, I thought he was really good in the last series, especially on the second map. In their previous series win. Again, the ability with Kanto closed and no pressure on those repels. You can move around that front desk area cleanly as I9 just walks in, gets 2 towards stock. It's only Azuki left. He got another one onto Mark, but they just lost too many bodies too quickly to that quick aggression from I9. And the round is done. And it is I9 that gets the last one. Well, that's the kind of player that he is. There's that utility that's now being laid out. Pushed in through stock as well as Scatman, and it's going to be the attack now set by Soul's Heart. They get another opening kill courtesy of Mr. Punch. Mark going for that plant. Where's the response from Daystar? They do have an Nitro cell, but Azuki's in the hallway. Plant goes down. That should be the round. Let's be honest. That's a plant that can be easily denied from a repel position where I9 is still outside. Need to retake and retake quickly. A double kill from Mr. Punch on the blitz. He's gotten 3 in the round. It's only Bin. He has to push Mark as soon as possible. Mark will give him the benefit, but Mark will get the kill.
Which is typically the most favored position in the post for the attack by the attack. As they can now progress on their map clear, and I9 slams Souffle, who did not see that coming. Advantage.
Impact, big rounds for Mr. Punch. We saw it last round with the 3K. Big rounds for Mark. He had a 3K in the first. Oh, that's not good. Oh, team kill, but fortunately they did get the clearing kill on. This is the big play, and as you said, Scatman watching, and Seal should be pretty much dead here, and he is. And it's going to be 6-4 in favor of Soul's Heart. Bin low on health goes prone up close with the bailiff. I9, who started it all, will finish it off with the round. Cool and calm inside of the shack.
Spotted out by Soul's Heart. I wonder if this ends up prompting maybe a back hit from the attack.
I9
slams Souffle, who once again unable to peel down.
Oh, I'm holding it.
I think he's on here for at least one.
Well, he does get I9, and he almost got Mark as well. I'm going to be honest, actually, considering the shots that he landed, he maybe should have got him, and in the end, he falls, only getting I9. And so the Candela to ring out from Scatman as the plant from Mark. seems to be successful. There's just no utility to deny it. It will be successful, but he did give his life for it. 3v3 post plan as Mr. Punch looks to cover up. He's getting some help towards Beepers. 30 seconds left as Soulsheart are on the verge of stealing this map pick against Daystar. Gun up for Mr. Punch. Back down, trying to keep Bin at bay. As Suzuki's on the kit, will he be successful? It seems as if he's going to snatch it. They completely forgot about the kit. Daystar, stay alive on Bank.
Maybe there's a world in which Soulsheart can transition one of those close towards the site. Flames from I9 trying to isolate the clash. Seal under pressure. Does a good job. EMP, but not really the ability to play off that unless he jumps in and goes for the punch. But that's unlikely. There's also holes over towards stock that's preventing this push. Suzuki finds one in the meantime. 5-3, Daystar pushing overtime.
They're a good confidence team. They've only had the 2 opening picks, but converted in both of those rounds. We'll see if they can do so here to force overtime. Now, there was the kill back onto Azuki, who's been their best performer as the logic bomb has been sent out by Scatman. Oh, clear up close though. It's I9. He's just always made for the big moments. Has he got a read though on this play over towards the hallway in Seal as Souffle's down at front desk? That opens up good spacing now for Soulsheart and the extra numbers advantage. Peak is now forced to go for the revive, but he falls into the trap as Seal by himself reveals his position. And this will allow for Mark to go for the play inside a CEO. It will be successful. I9 sitting inside a janitor up close. Is Seal ready for this? It seemed as if he was, but I9 is just better in these clutch moments. He was a difference maker once again for Soulsheart as they take Daystar's map pick and are 1-0 up in this elimination series.
Them stacking as many rounds as possible here across the first set.
This consulate matchup between these two, they went defense in the second half, and so
who does a good job in escaping. In the meantime, Mr. Punch going for plan attempt number 1.
Bin gets the opening kill. This gets trade, and so far playing out in favor for Daystar. They'll like to play this trade game. Good shot though from Marcus. He recovers the kit. Again, the Shamika launcher proving to be a nuisance, and out in the hallway, they're a little susceptible to the swing. Fortunately, DCH ready for the trade. They cannot just continue to go for this default plant with Azuki still up. 9 in the chamber for the Shamika launcher. Even with I9 covering over towards catering, Nitrocell doesn't work for Souffle. DCH has got to stick this plan, but the Shamika launcher should be able to push him off. I9 to cover. Again, there's that Shamika launcher. There's the down. And there's Soulsheart that have taken the round at the death, quite literally.
To run, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out. In the meantime, Mr. Punch will push through. Shotgun from Bin. Holy. I don't know how he's been able to achieve that. That's a massive
I mean, that's
play.
the perfect pinch. And then just dies at Yellow Stairs, but Mark falls to Pika anyway, who was still just roaming around on the top floor. I with the upside down repel. Well, this is better for Daystar. So they've brought a little flick turnaround from Souffle. Now he gets a little deeper. He knows they're obviously playing back over towards security. Just trying to get into an angle. He's got bloody ADHD. He just can't stop moving around. In the end, just walks in towards security. And Daystar do get the second round that they deserve. Anyone else will make a move if you're looking at it from Daystar's perspective. But even from Pika's perspective, like, if he's going to go first floor, it might be for a Nitro. As Bin actually gets the kill onto Mr. Punch. I9 creeping over towards top Spiral and just catches out Seal, not really watching.
Deep drone as well. 5 below. Pika wins out. 30 seconds on the clock. Still double Nitro up here for Daystar. This makes it tricky for Soulsheart to go for the plant.
Yeah, and 1 below now because Pika not only gets that kill, but he's got first floor pressure with the Nitro Cell. Actually just used it. And there is a Nitro though from Souffle that does connect. 2 versus 1. Scatman's got 10 seconds to try and win this one. Headshot onto Souffle. Gets onto that kit immediately. Pika running, sprinting up spiral stairs. Scatman will get a small chance, a very small window, and he hits it quite literally through the window.
Wow. I think Daystar will be starting to... Doesn't want to give away his position though, and so trigger discipline. Now though, shots fired and he wins the fight onto Bin Bin.
Well, I mean, 4 from 4. Just the plant later in the round for Mark. That Shamika launch is running low on ammo as well. 20 seconds as Mr. Punch just goes deeper and deeper. And Daystar just look absolutely in a world of hurt. Soul's Heart do lose 2 though. Can Mark get this plant down? Nitrous are thrown, blown, doesn't get anything. Plant will be successful. Mr. Punch on 1 HP, but that is still shield up. Seal needs to go big. In a 1 versus 2, hits the kill onto Scatman and onto Mr. Punch. Seal clutches up massively. That could be match defining for Daystar.
Holy moly, what a clutch. Everyone was so low in the post for Soul's Heart.
Close, trying as hard as he can over towards long desk. And Seal gets pressured from below. Back onto the Deimos for Soul's Heart and Scatman. Up close, Bin Bin, got to win this, and he does. Holds his composure. Now getting death mark, very low on health, will just sprint on out. Gives up the long desk position. A lot of time left in this round for Soul's Heart. Could be on the verge of giving 2 rounds straight over to Daystar. And with that kill from Bin Bin onto Mr. Punch, the Monty falls. And it seems as if Daystar maybe has been able to avert a crisis. They could have been 3-1 down. Now they might be 3-2 up.
Yeah, this round has unraveled. 15 seconds on the clock, and a chance of victory here is very minuscule. They'll charge forward. 10 seconds. Still clearing sight. Scatman falls. Unfortunately for Mark, he follows close by. Good work from Pika. Good work.
5-1 opening kill half, but 3 plants successfully for Soul's Heart as well. Well, there's a big battle. Pika and Mr. Punch. Mr. Punch falls back, and Pika may be thinking he's gone a little bit too deep and maybe in a little bit too much of the enemy territory. And yeah, indeed, he had the right suspicion that he was getting lured into a trap. I think he realized it just ever so slightly too late, but you could almost see it in even just the character model. It was like, hang on, I've gone way too deep here. And now Soul's Heart have flipped it.
40 seconds. Shield play. This is funny to watch, and it doesn't work out. Wow, it's completely capitulated at the end there. Daystar.
Maybe Soul's Heart had advantages in, or Daystar had advantages in, and within the rounds, Soul's Heart clearly still having some issues on the attack. It's one thing if it's on defense, maybe you can kind of do the same thing, replicate it. Mark just caught though up on the counter bench as Bin Bin having a really good game on Consulate. This is a wonderful start to the half for Daystar. I wonder if this might force a timeout from Soul's Heart. 5-2 down if they lose this, and it seems as if they will. Absolutely just torn apart. They were 2-1 up, and now find themselves 2-5 down. It's going to be 4 straight rounds for Daystar. Well, that's one way to make a statement to begin the second half. Had a multi-kill round. None of them got any over on bank. There's finally an opening kill for Soul's Heart.
Right for Mark. Is he aware? Hard right for Bin Bin. Flushed out. Mark wins it. Wow, that's a sharp shot. And Soul's Heart should now go on to convert this round.
Well, we say should, doesn't mean they will. Mark is low, drops in towards Pierre. I need to start moving quickly though. They cannot allow this to play late into the round when you're down a player. Desperate to find the next kill, but it's going to be the next death instead as Seal goes down. At the same moment, so does Suzuki. Suzuki by himself. Certainly no chance in this round. And finally, Soul's Heart will stop the streak. It was 4 straight rounds to Daystar. But Soul's Heart have finally got back into the winner's seat. While they're retreating, Bin Bin will push up. If not mine, just blocks a bit of the vision, forces him to shoot that out. Flames for I9. Ironic onto the Tachanka. Seal's going to walk back out, and more flames onto I9 as well. And this has now allowed Azuki to go for the plant inside of Expo. He's just gone completely unnoticed. No one's going to be able to stop him. Plant will be successful. Mr. Punch was able to get the kill, but he lost another teammate. It's only he and Scatman that remain up for Soul's Heart, as Daystar now on the verge of securing 3 map points. Barring a big clutch, which is not going to come from Mr. Punch. Scatman in a 1v3 with the time expiring. Lovely headshot onto Pika, but so much more work needs to be done with both players up above. And with the floorboards showing his position, Daystar have got a 6-3 lead on cost.
So good work from Daystar. 3 opportunities. Be patient. More smokes now to be layered. A Bin gets caught. Good start for Soul's Heart. 40 seconds now on the clock as Daystar enter recovery mode.
They do recover very quickly as Seal then catches I9 trying to push back up server stairs. No impact from the Soul's Heart superstar. DCH got one, but Souffle was in a good position towards default. He'll get pushed out by that gas babe. That was the last one that Mr. Punch had. So default now a plantable position. If Daystar want that, Souffle will go for the plant. Pika can then hold the cover. And that's the way that it's going to be set up heading into the last 10 seconds of this round. There's nothing that they've got to be able to deny this from distance. And so Pika is set up perfectly, and Daystar will take the map of Consulate. They do it for the 2nd time straight against Soul's Heart, who will now
eventually go on and miss out, and no exception will be the team. I don't want to get quoted, but I'm fairly certain that given they've had the... Well, they just send it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mr. Punch, though, ready for it. Catman getting rid of Seal, and more concern for Daystar on this top floor. Again, last time not winning it once, which typically it should be the other way around, and not losing it once if you really want to have success defensively on land. Leaves Suzuki in a tough position. They've just been absolutely torn to shreds. This is a bad start for Daystar. This is not what you want. At least it's not flawless, but in the grand scheme of things, that's irrelevant. It means nothing, whether it's 4 alive or 5 alive. Mr. Punch might just lose his patience here and go for a swing. Never mind. Pico, the one who pushed forward. Good trade from Mark to keep this a contest for Soul's Heart, but Daystar now with the advantage.
Reloading.
Frag grenade thrown out. The Scatman pushes forward into that Razor Balloon that was placed late by Bin. Mark coming through lockers. Big kill from I9. He got the 2nd one as well. Scatman just got the front row view of what I9 can do best, but he needs 2 more. Can't get that one onto Azuki, and Daystar do solidify this. Mines for the double push-off. Spots the Monty walking through. Maybe has lost him in the smoke, though. Mr. Punch just kept on going. Mr. Punch getting tagged up. He's going to commit to it, but it's the Nitro Cell from Azuki that is able to connect. Opening kill for Daystar. Rush through the smoke, but well-placed is Pika. The rush through is so far unsuccessful for Soul's Heart. I mean, they've just absolutely played into the strength of the operators that they have, especially with the Solus, the utility that was still remaining. And Soul's Heart just kind of went for it and hoped that maybe the Sens ROUs would work out. Just don't see a way back into this round for Scoutman and DCH, as Daystar will take the lead now on Lair. But what comes next is the big round, because they're going Master and R6. The site that they've still not...
We're able to exploit. Although I back them in to be the kind of team that would... They have 40 seconds. I9 with the diffuser. Shots don't quite land, but eventually gets the kill onto Pika back.
It just walked into him. Like, he's still firing, and you just could have easily stayed tucked in behind. I don't know if it was a sense of pressure or panic. And Pika just gives his life away. Azuki over towards R6, able to at least no longer allow I9 to do his thing in this 4th round as the time starts to expire. Now I'm expecting it to be probably Scatman as he pushes deep into R6 with the kit. They lose DCH. Mr. Punch needs to stay up, but they've lost Scatman as well, so he has to go pistol. 5 seconds. You can't go for the plan at this point. There's not enough time remaining. Up close, no time to even get the kills. It's Daystar that finally win out on the top.
Likely in a key tool encountering the Monty. So we encroach closer on that 1 minute mark where we saw the opening kill last time.
Big
we
play.
see it again, and that's a massive play from Mr. Punch.
And it was the last gasp, but it's an entry point established now for the attack of Soul's Heart. Seal will play close contact. Scatman, the Candelas go out, but he's lost his life. Plant going down for Mr. Punch. Desperately need it, and it's denied at the last second. Now, there was a trade and another follow-up from I9. DCH is going to have to drop. Ended up flashing himself as we head in towards the red time. It's 2v2. This is a pivotal round in the grand scheme of this series. Up close. It's I9. And with a combination with DCH.
And Daystar in defense react by falling back. It's a lot of space taken pretty aggressively here from Soul's Heart, but Seal unaccounted for. Up close with the shotgun.
That opening kill has gone on and won every single round. And with Mr. Punch low, Scatman low, even though it's a 4v4, as they kind of work their way to eliminate Pika.
They'll wait for Daystar to make a mistake, try and force their hand. Diffuser gets rotated, 15 seconds. Can they make it work?
Got to go for the plant now. Bin was able to shut down I9 as Mr. Punch falls. Mark gets off the plant, 7 seconds left in the round. And it's looking like Daystar should be on the verge of securing round number 4. And to be then 3 rounds away from knocking out Soul's Heart, as Mark, yes, indeed, does not get the ability to get the plant down. Daystar from last time out against Soul's Heart on this map, instead of a 3-3 half, they take the edge. Guys, they strung together 3 straight defensive rounds.
Information to play this vert. Interesting little stack from Daystar at the moment, and they spring into action, but I9 slams Pika and Bin. Oh, nice swift double. Soul's Heart. Now with the advantage, it's all about consolidation from this point. The follow-up from Daystar has been weak. They're being stalled out by the Tachenka. Seal will try and push forward, but reinforced now on both towards R6. Does find the pick. 4 more to find.
Man, ready, waiting to pounce here on Souffle if he tries to make entry in towards display. Easy swing. Now, let's wrap this one up. It's 4-3. Soul's Heart far too good on this top floor. Seal will try and make the most of an opportunity. He's gotten 4 kills since the restart, since the rehost. But he needs 3 more in this round if he's going to pull off the absolute improbable, the impossible. Needed someone to peek, but it's not going to happen as Soul's Heart do lock up the round. 4-3. A couple that have come down to 2. But a lot of the rounds themselves have been pretty one-sided. Oh, that's a big knockdown onto I9, and the flush from Pika nets an opening kill.
He doesn't hold that line. It would be very, very risky. But he's getting pressured from above.
Oh
Big
my
shot.
word!
That's a really good read. Also means he doesn't have to go back to the other.
30 seconds left in the 8th round. A big change up from Pika to come through lockers on the Solid Snake. The 1-for-1 trade that leaves us still evened up in terms of numbers. 2 stacked down below as DCH stays on the first floor. The push through from Pika successful. What a great second shot as well. Allowing the plant to go down, but it's not even required. Daystar will take the round. This is a big round for Soul's Heart. You win this, you go back top floor after this. So 5-5 could be on the cards, but you lose it and you give up 3 series points to Daystar. Pivotal final minute in this 9th round. I9 wants to get on the move. One to the left side though. He reacts perfectly. The hipfire spray connects onto Pika. Still the advantage with Soul's Heart, even after Mark's death. But now it's 2-3 in favor of Daystar. What indeed? It's flipped completely, but they still have I9 alive. They call upon him once again.
Yeah, Lion scan, 40 seconds. A little bit of util still available for Daystar.
Oh, he gets the trade. And Seal is very low. 1 bullet will do it. But he can't find, from that angle, the shots to land. Slips in towards the corridor. Double red ping. He could just spray them both down. Is this one more play for I9 when they need him most? The man with the experience and the clutches, but he cannot do it again. Daystar have got 3 series points.
Soul's Heart packing.
Lights goes down and it's like, okay, what's plan B? Oh, this is very aggressive from Bin right into the face of Mark. Mark's probably wondering, what is he doing? Oh, and a shot though. Well, there is the glass through the smoke. Big kill at least, and it's on.
60 seconds on the clock. Daystar trying to draw out this utility from the defense. Diffuser in the hands of Azuki, and he pushes forward to catch DCH.
Going deep, he wants more. Pika went down though as I9 was able to then shut down Azuki. Soulsard able to re-establish the numbers advantage. Seal and Souffle. At a disadvantage, but they've got 3 opportunities, so they can play with a little bit of freedom and a sense of confidence that they know they can just go for this. They don't have to worry. But it's Scatman that found the angle. Seal, another one. Can he cause a bit of heartbreak? No, not this round and not on this site, says Soul's Heart. But I get the sense this is just going to be a showing presence kind of play, but I9 does still linger.
Okay, 1-1 trade.
Well,
Smoke's not going to be on the ground. That's a relatively even trade, I suppose, as well. Bit of a strange one to take place as the... Uh-oh.
Final impact. I9, is he playing a little too over-aggressive? Hits the headshot as he usually does. Down blue stairs, he had the slight high ground advantage and used it to his benefit, and now they very well can fall back, but he just wants more. I9 is not done. Early, I can't help but feel that's going to be the way in for Daystar. Flash dump, push in, logic bomb. It's the double kill combination of Scatman and I9. Daystar are crumbling here towards the end of regulation, but they do find the reprieve through Pika and Binbin and
forward, and the other two follow. Especially into the shotgun, up close. This is a key fight. This is must win, must trade.
Must win for DCH. Gets the headshot. Second swing, a little bit delayed, but it's there. Seal got the kill. Down to 1. It's Seal in a 1v2. And he cannot make it happen as Soul's Heart just trying to spray through the smoke, expecting someone to be in there, but it's marked that falls down. The opening kill does go the way of Daystar. They've taken some damage. They are still susceptible. They still need to get into a good plant position later in the round as well. Jamaica launcher, 11 bullets in the chamber. Impact still up for DCH, and well, I9's still alive. So even with the opening death for Soul's Heart, still not in a bad position. There he is. He gets involved. The impact made. Binbin does get the kill onto Scatman. It doesn't change too much in this round. You've still got to get into the plant position. And DCH in a wonderful spot to deny entry. Hence the importance of Binbin on the Blackbeard. Droned out, that's fine. They knew here he was anyway. 5 bullets left for Mr. Punch with that Shamika launcher. I9 holding close inside a display, but it's Souffle that rips his head off. They start make the entry in. Azuki's still at the mezzanine. He's got to get into the site and start sticking this kit inside a mask. He does. There's one up. Mr. Punch can't find an angle. Daystar has stormed top floor and have got... And here's DCH down below.
Oh, Deathmark failed. Good
Goodness.
counter.
It's Pika that gets the opening pick though. And it's on to I9. Even though DCH does get a kill back, he and the rest of Soul's Heart will now need to channel their own inner I9. Their leader in the grave. Heading into the dire stages.
Oh no.
DCH hasn't been able to make the impact that he would like from below until then. Just at that moment, they take the advantage heading into the final 30 seconds.
Calling a meeting!
Last gas babe used by Daystar. There's going to be an opportunity here for the default plan for Soul's Heart. 20 seconds.
Azuki looks a little bit disorientated, now under the death mark effect as well. Back over to the mute chamber. Inside of Mask, Mr. Punch getting the plant down as they find another kill. It's a team kill. Binbin in a crucial 7-6 overtime match point has taken out one of his top players, and the plant is successful for Soul's Heart as once again this top floor is just theirs. We need all 15 rounds. So you kind of have a second go still available. Logic bomb available. Smoke's available for the Glads of Souffle. You've eaten out all of those gas babes as well, and they get the opening pick onto Scatman. BPC still in a bad spot. Gun up from Binbin, and he shuts down DCH. And as it stands, eyes on I9. Stay on this man. And do not let go, because he's probably the only chance for Soul's Heart now with 30 seconds left. Tries to find the angle onto the Blackbeard, and inside of Mask, the plant will go down. I9 knows he needs to get aggressive. Losing teammates, though, left, right, and the center. Lands a good tag. Plant successful in its only mark as Daystar look as if they're finally going to overcome their demon in Soul's heart. At the final death in the final round, and after an onslaught of 10 hours of siege, Daystar move on to the lower bracket final, eliminating Soul's heart.
That was a massive gutsy effort from Daystar and a phenomenal attack.